Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Dojo Live. It's Monday, April 12th, 2021, and this is the recap show. I am Tulio Siragusa, broadcasting from Southern California, joined by Carlos Ponce in Cuernavaca, Mexico. Hey, Carlos, welcome.
Hey, it's Tulio.
So, as
Tulio
they
time,
say, it's
and
Monday. Let's get it. Let's get with it, right? Welcome back.
let's
So,
get
we
it.
we only had two shows last week, so we promised to do the recap inside of 10 minutes. So who knows? We might get it done in six. We'll see. So we had two shows last week. The first show was titled "Blue Collar Small Business Owners Can Build Tech Too." That was with Ricardo Regalado, who's the CEO and founder of Route, and
Regalado. Yeah,
Regalado. And then we also had
yeah.
Digital Surgery as a Service, the future of surgical robotics with Bruce Lichorowic, who's the president and CEO of Galen.
Lichorowic. I think it was
Lichorowic.
Lichorowic. Yeah,
Galen
yeah.
Robotics. Okay. So both interesting shows. I really appreciated the conversation with Ricardo, also known as Ricky, and also really enjoyed the conversation. This will probably be a good time to mute yourself, Carlos. Usually we're complaining that you're on mute, but not this time. All right, so we
Usually,
talked.
well, it's not every day that on a day like this we come and have your kitchen installed. I'm sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. We have all kinds of things going on. It's what makes it real. So, anyway, the conversation with Ricky was really interesting. He has been in the cleaning business for a long time, he and his family, and didn't know anything about tech, but build a tech company that is basically creating a process for small business owners to have everything they need in place to facilitate booking business, doing, for example, virtual bids on jobs without having to actually show up and visit. So they've incorporated video technology. They've essentially created a way for mom and pop shops, as he calls them, to operate like a big tech company, to leverage technology to streamline how to do bids, how to get clients onboarded, and simplify it from the traditional pen and paper model, and also create an environment where there's more transparency, more openness. And this is not just the product or a piece of tech he created for his own family business, but he created this as a piece of technologies that companies can leverage for running their own business. So congratulations for that. If you guys missed that show, check it out. It's very eye opening. How many other things can still be digitized, Carlos? We think like we've hit the peak of digitization. What else can people think of? And there's always something more that can be done.
Yeah, and
What about you? What did you think?
yeah, well, in both cases, Tulio, in the case of the conversation with Ricky and the conversation with with Bruce Lichorowic, I mean, we're talking about two completely different spaces, right? We're talking about robotics. We're talking about in the case of Ricardo Regalado and what's in the company? It's Route.
Route.
Yeah, Route. In both cases, they're completely different spaces, and in both cases, and the common convergence, the convergence point was the fact that these two people are people who were not really into the space they got into, but they had to learn. So they had to learn their way into to build something that's going to be more tech related. In the case, for example, of Ricky, it was a cleaning company that family owned, large, very respectable, growing cleaning company that grew to build a tech component that can now be leveraged to build a additional very significant revenue stream. So I think that's very interesting. And in the case of Bruce, I think it was very interesting the fact to see that how we've seen that in past shows, Tulu, if you recall, is people who have a specific experience in, let's say, in robotics or technology, but got into the health sector, and with everything that it entails, because there's a lot of learning too to be done. Completely different spaces, but in both cases, there was some learning to be done and some adaptations to actually come up with with a very, very cool tech component or software component. So those were the two elements that kind of pulled my attention, definitely, in both cases, Studio.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, this is why we love tech. It's the unifier, right? You can, and the beautiful thing, it's like opposites attract, like a good marriage.
Yeah.
You know, in both cases, in the case of Ricky, he had to, rely on a really good technologist, co-founding CTO who could build the tech. And in the case of Bruce, you have to rely on people who understand medicine and surgery, right? He's a
Right.
software entrepreneur, seasoned entrepreneur, four times entrepreneur. So it just goes to show two things. You know, technology can bridge the gap across all industries and facilitate, making business easier, and in some cases, making services accessible to more people. In the case of these robotics, I mean, look, if you're doing brain surgery, you want something that's precise, super precise, and that's the beautiful thing of robotics. It's still controlled by talented surgeons, but if you're holding, for example, a scalpel for 4 hours, someone's going to get tired doing that. A robot doesn't get tired. So there's so many applications, but the cost of buying these pieces of equipment is significant. So it's a big hurdle. So if you're a main hospital, university hospital, no problem. But if you're in secondary cities, maybe a community hospital, it's a non-starter. So you can't provide those services. You can't attract the doctors that will do surgery in your hospital, and you have to send patients to somewhere else. With providing this kind of technology as a service, you pay by the drink, right? So now you don't have to do this huge upfront investment. And I just think it's a beautiful thing how, if you really think through, you can do a lot of things with technology to democratize services, to expand services to people, improve the people's lives, and make it affordable. That's the common thing. So it was great to have both of these gentlemen on the show. What do we got coming up this week, Carlos? I think we have 3 shows this week, right?
We have 4 shows, I think, too.
Nice.
And tomorrow, tomorrow we have prediction gaming apps taking the world by storm, and that's going to be with John Vitti, the CEO of Versus Game. So this should be a feast for all of our gaming teammates at Encora. And then on Wednesday, we're going to be speaking with Chad Burgraff, the CTO of Dispoteca, on the topic of end-of-life IT equipment, security, responsibility, and convenience. I think you have the info for Wednesday's show in the morning, right, Tulio?
Yes, Wednesday we have Wakefern Food Corp. We have Parag Shah, who's a Wakefern Food Corp. Looking forward to having that conversation along with Ram Ganesan. We talk everything digital. The process of digitizing your enterprise is really the topic for Wednesday mornings on DojoLIVE. What do we got Thursday?
And then on Thursday, we'll be speaking with Tyler Birch and Renee Garcia, principals of the platform called Samaritan. I think Samaritan is a very interesting platform because it involves what they call goodwill entrepreneurship. So you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a platform created to help others who might be a little bit less fortunate than us, to help them with whatever it is that they need to get through in life. So you can make donations, or you can sponsor some of their personal improvement and personal betterment activities. That's why it's called Samaritan. So that's what we have for Thursday, Tulio, right here on DojoLIVE at 12 p.m. Yes.
I'm looking forward to it. I like the company's name, Dispoteca, disposable, but it also has a sound of discoteca, so it's kind of fun. So we'll look forward to talking with all these amazing entrepreneurs and tech luminaries, making the changes, the world a better place every day. So come join us. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific. Stay safe. Till then.
Stay safe.